Welcome. I'm so glad that you guys were able to do this. This is so great. Did Artserge make it there okay?
Wow.
Yes, it was a bit touch and go there for a while, but we did it, and very happy to announce that on stedmanart.tes we have now minted the first collab. It'll be up there minted until Friday when we'll actually list it.
Woo!
And it's amazing.
Try and get everybody up here out as a speaker. Trying to make sure everybody who is a part of this project is up here. Although it's rather daunting because they only allow a few people up here. Let's see. Sorry, it takes a second on Spaces to get everybody sort of, organized and whatnot. But no, yay! I'm so glad everything is going well. So, okay, tell us about it. Tell the people that don't know about this collection all about it.
Hello.
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 Hello. How are you, Ralph?
Well, I don't know. All right, I suppose. But I'm just the fill-in. I'm Fla Namdi, which is Ralph Steadman backwards.
I've been doing a deep dive on you all for like the past 3 days, and truly, it is a marvel to hear you on here, and I'm such a big fan. I am so honored to be a part of this.
Wow.
Truly.
I'm flattered. And Sadie, my daughter, is here, and an artist friend from London.
Artserge.
Called Matthew, yeah. Called Matthew.
Also known as Artserge.
We've just done a most amazing copy of one of my Alice drawings.
Yes, please.
It's amazing.
I'm sure. I cannot wait to see it. I haven't seen any of it, and I cannot wait. I'm sure it's going to be
Can you do it on this?
Incredible.
Can you
it's on our stedmanart.tes at the minute now under Steadmanverse Collabs collection.
Yes, it is. Oh, here, let's go to it, and I'll pin it here at the top here.
Yeah, so we're actually in the Steadmanverse hub here. We're actually having a tea party. Mad Hatter's tea party.
Rabbits everywhere.
I love this. Clip, can you get a link for the collection so that I can pin it up there?
100%. Yeah, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to post that on my profile, and then I'll post it up there.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So, Ralph, okay, so I have my questions lined up. So, in one of your interviews, you said you use the dirty water method for your artwork. And I wanted to talk to you about that a little bit.
About dirty water?
The dirty water method. Yes, your dirty water technique.
I found... Do you want me to speak?
Yeah, you speak.
Yeah, as far as dirty water goes, I found that if it was... I left it in a jar, mixed, washed brushes out in it for months, and left it, and it went smellier and smellier. When I dropped some of that water onto paper on the floor, the textures that appeared as it was drying were quite extraordinary, and it's well worth trying. It's one of the most interesting things I've ever found out about watercoloring, if you could call it that, or water dirtying.
How long does the water take to dry?
Well, it can be dry in 3 days, but it could be 3 weeks, depending on how much water you've put onto a piece of cardboard or glass or jar,
paper
or plastic. It's quite different to anything you might imagine.
Yeah. Well, and I've done it before. I've done the dirty water method, but it was never on purpose. It was always by accident.
Didn't it work?
It did not.
Well,
But it can work
you're
for
not
me.
putting enough dirty in it. You got to increase your dirtiness.
I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it.
I mean, and get the water to smell. That's even better.
Okay. All right. I'll get on that. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it and find out how this goes.
Yes.
There was a line you were talking about when you were with Hunter S. Thompson at the Derby, and you said that you never bet on a horse, but you picked one that won at one point, and then when you put money on it, and then when you put money on a horse, it lost. And I thought that was so interesting because it's so true. When you bet, when you finally put money. I used to bet on horses
when the Queen did it. I did it too.
Did you? Oh, okay.
But not because I was as keen as she was. I was just an idea.
Okay, I like it.
You know, it would be five pounds to win. You know. Not each way. I would never do each way. I like to do it to win.
And did you win?
And I have won once, but it wouldn't be much.
Are there any questions for Ralph that anyone has?
Oh, tons. Oodles. Let's see. Hang on. I've got all my questions written out. Do you still play the ukulele?
Do you still play the ukulele?
No, I don't actually. I've got the guitars in the back room and ukulele, and the ukulele's gone. I think somebody either pinched it or something happened to it. But because I used to play those things, and the Man Who Woke Up in the Dark.
Mm-hmm.
You make my dream, don't take it away. Don't think a thing, the songs I say. I cannot live inside a shell, said the man who woke up in the dream. In the dark. Sorry. I'm even forgetting the words of the songs I wrote.
Thank you so much for that. Okay, so I was trying to start out fluffy with these questions. So here's my. I really appreciate your political work and how much you talk about giving a voice to the voiceless. That your stroke is it's built on anger. You want who you paint to feel your brushstroke. How important is art when it comes to talking out against politics, especially in this era? I mean, I guess in every era, but in general, how important is artwork when it comes to politics?
I'll only really like to do political cartoons now if I could really say something new. I can't say anything new at the moment. It's all so repetitive and boring, and I think Boris Johnson just about finished it off, really. I did one drawing of Boris Johnson for The Big Issue, which is a newspaper over here. Started years ago as a paper they sell on the streets, and I like doing that. That was quite interesting. But it's quite nice thinking of different versions of the same drawing, trying to draw it almost by accident, as you sort of experiment with each drawing you want to do. And sometimes it's quite interesting to splat your piece of paper first and then draw into it. And some people have mentioned that it looks, how did you do that? They can't quite understand how you did it, and you only splattered it. And that is quite an interesting way to go, because accident is a wonderful natural phenomenon. It's something that happens quite surprisingly, and I would advise quite a lot of people, if they're interested in drawing and using ink, never to go in first with pencil. We go first in with the ink itself and let accident take over. It can be quite fascinating.
It's funny on that topic. When I was working on your drawing, Ralph, and I was trying to do some sort of splatty kind of effect. I accidentally spilt loads of ink all over your drawing of Alice's head.
Oh no!
Oh dear!
At the 95th% moment. So.
Oh God!
But then watching some of your earlier videos with your sort of cut up method, I managed to draw another element and just made a hat basically to cover the mistake, which actually worked out. I think it's actually improved.
Well, I couldn't tell. I can't tell.
Oh, that's good.
It's a wonderful drawing he's done. Matthew is quite an artist, actually. Quite.
I cannot.
It's a lovely. See it. I mean, I suppose you can look at it if you can.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
I think they can pin it to the top.
Yeah, I think they're pinning it so people can access it.
Have they got it?
Oh my gosh, this is incredible, Matt.
Oh, you can look at it online. Oh wow. Well,
it's up in the Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Steadman, and it's been a pleasure working with Sadie and Matthew and Kate. And all the rest of the artists this whole time. And I just wanted to say that I love this piece, and it's up there and it's pinned to the top if anybody wants to check it out. And it's just, see if you can notice all the little Easter eggs that Matthew has put in there. It's pretty amazing.
He's good about detail.
My goodness, Matt.
He likes to get himself hypnotized by it.
It's true.
Dude, I could fall into the details on this. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Beautiful work.
It is incredible. And I think the trees in the background are so good.
Oh my God. I
love the trees and the chessboard, down below.
Gosh, that is what I love about it is that you can't see where yours begins and his ends. It has that finesse to it. And it looks so good.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's better than mine.
What?
Yeah.
That's it. I'm done. Life complete. I'm done.
Right. I was going to say, just go
it's
ahead.
It's all downhill from now.
Put a fork in. You're done.
Oh, dear.
Nice.
Good.
I spent a lot of time trying to gestate the idea and look at Ralph's work that he did for Alice in Wonderland and the previous canon. So I was just trying to, fill myself full of this imaging style before I started. So
yeah,
massive fan. Yeah.
I mean, I have to say though that my favorite part of this piece is, in fact, the compass eyeglasses on the caterpillar, because I just love the way that across Mr. Steadman's work, it's just all over the place, that compass, and anybody that's done any mechanical drawing or anything like that can really respect that.
You're talking about off with their heads?
No, about the compass work. The compass work. The eye of the caterpillar.
Oh, yes.
Why you use the compass?
I love using a compass for eyes. That's terrific. I did go to a technical college to do, where I was doing technical drawing, to go and work at the Havilland Aircraft Company years and years ago. And I used to start doing this linear work, parallel lines and the like. And then I would do free line drawing in the side of the drawing that I would have been doing for a technical drawing. And I like the combination of the both, technical and free form. And that is something which always interests me, to see that happening. It's almost like putting a splat down and seeing where it's going to. And it just has that, and then using strict linear work, using a ruler and a compass and adding, seeing the parallel lines together, the narrow ones with the wider ones, and it just adds life to the whole combination of the parts. And the accidental is the bit that always surprises you, and I really enjoy that as part of drawing.
I just can't stop staring at it. I feel like I'm literally taking a journey through this entire piece.
Kate, have you looked in the tree yet for all the little goodies up there?
There are goodies in the tree? No, I haven't looked yet.
Around that tree, there's all kinds of things going on.
The teacups in the tree and there's the cat. Oh, fantastic.
On the left top corner.
Yeah, well, that's my homage.
Oh, is it?
Is that where it happened? It fits.
It's terrific.
Well, without that, it lost all contrast, and it didn't have enough punch around your main central character. So it had to be done. I was thinking loads of ways, but it had to make it lift, because that all got a bit detailed over there. But I wanted the caterpillar to be the main.
You started getting careful.
Yes.
It pushes him forwards, doesn't it? It pushes him
to
the
lovely.
forefront of the picture.
It's terrific. The splats at the back are really the best bit.
It's not a mistake. It's not a mistake unless you tell them it's a mistake. Nothing's a mistake unless you tell them it is. And it just looks amazing.
Really good.
Truly, applause. Artserge, this is mind-blowing.
He's done very well, hasn't he?
Oh my gosh. So incredibly
Matthew,
detailed.
and his second name is?
Surgison Main.
What?
Surgison Main.
Surgison Main?
Yeah, but my art name's Artserge. Like my
Artserge. Oh, that's
pen
good.
name. Yeah.
That's Matthew's art name, Surge name.
Artserge.
Obsolete.
How do you spell that?
Yo, I just wanted to say, this is a super, super dope collab. It's awesome. I got to reveal it here today. And what's up, Ralph? How's it going? I had a couple questions. So this is coming out on Friday. How are people when is it releasing on Friday?
We haven't decided yet.
Could I give a little advice maybe to the community at large? It's on Object, you can do something really special on there, which is you can follow artists. So you could follow Steadman Art, all one word, on object.com. And if you click that follow button, then basically as it gets listed, you'll be notified on Friday. So at some point on Friday, we haven't decided yet, it is going to get listed. And if you put your notifications on, then you're going to get clued in before anybody else is.
Okay, super awesome. I was just curious, but I'm really looking forward to that. And then I had one question for you, Ralph. So when you're going to start to do art for the day, or starting a project, you were talking about using ink and just making mistakes. Do you do like a warm-up drawing before you move on to maybe your main piece, or you just jump right in?
That gets too repetitive. Now just go into the drawing and make the mistakes, if there are to be mistakes, and change them on the drawing. And carry on working at the drawing until it's done. And really not, it's the only time I do drawings which are very quick are really splat drawings, and just all I was mentioning earlier, dirty water drawings that can sometimes get so dirty they smell. So,
I love it. What do they smell like?
The smellier the drawing, the more texture you get in them.
The smellier the drawing, the better. I like it. The more texture. Okay, challenge accepted.
Have you ever smelled rotten water? By the way, it's pretty awful.
Been painting for a while. I've smelled it more often than I care to admit. But I also live in New Mexico, where it's so dry that it doesn't really matter how old that water is. It's gonna dry up like so fast.
The real question is, have you ever accidentally drank it instead of drinking, your coffee?
Oh gosh.
No, don't drink it.
Yeah.
I wasn't suggesting you drink it. Or if you do, throw it up again and use that as a drawing.
But for real though, who all has made that mistake? Show of hands.
Yeah.
I do remember doing that in my coffee, where I accidentally put my paintbrush in my coffee and didn't notice it until it was too late, and I was like, oh gosh. Cadmium.
Cadmium.
Numbers.
But actually, it tastes like poison.
Yeah, tastes like death.
Yeah.
It's absolutely true. Yeah. Never do that, anybody in here.
No,
not great.
Don't advocate that as a good idea.
But using gross water as your paint.
Yes.
Fabulous idea.
you could say it's an interesting idea, but it's a dangerous one.
Do you have a favorite brand of ink that you use for your stuff?
Winsor & Newton, probably the best, I find.
Okay. And
there's different colors. My daughter Sadie bought a whole load of new ones. So I've got a lot to use up. So I'm going to have to do some splattings, I think, and see if I can invent a subject rather than pick a subject and then draw to it. I'd like to try and find something emerged in my splats and whatever there that reminded me of something or looked like something and became something to do as a sort of series of drawings. Like I've just done do you want me to say?
You can tell, yeah.
Yes. I'm doing a series of drawings at the moment called a Ralphabet.
Oh, yes.
And I'm on Z now. So I've still got more to do to the others, but I've done them all and I've coloured them all in. Now I'm going through them and splatting as well.
Yes.
So they can get an A to Z of them, and it'll be a book for children. It's not intelligent enough to be for grown-ups, but though sometimes children are more grown-up and more intelligent than grown-ups, aren't they?
Absolutely. That is absolutely true. I feel like especially now, there's a lot of
kids are getting very smart with their little iPhones, using their iPhones and things. The kids have iPhones is amazing. I don't know.
Do you want to tell everyone what you did to your iPhone when you had one?
Oh, I put a pickaxe through it.
You did.
Yeah. And I've never had one. I've never had one since.
Did you? No, wait. Did you take it to the Apple store and tell them?
I put it on a wooden block, and then I put 1, 2, 3, whap, and that was it. And I didn't send it back. I didn't complain about it. I just didn't use it again. No, I couldn't. It was done for.
I think you called it. It became a sculpture called Immobile.
Oh, Immobile, yes.
Oh my goodness! Really, where can I see this sculpture? I want to see this. This sounds epic.
Archie and Sarchie Gallery or something.
Somewhere like that,
Yeah,
wasn't
I think so.
Sarchie and Sarchie Gallery. Where are they now?
Don't know. All over the world. I don't know.
Are they? Yeah.
That sounds so epic. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, now you just made me want to do that to one of my old phones. Just turn that into an epic photo of complete and utter destroying an entire barrage of iPhones I have just sitting in the back. That's amazing. So, okay. What do you think about all of this, about the NFT world? What do you think about it?
Electric intelligence you're talking about?
No, NFTs. You know, I keep trying to explain to you what an NFT is.
NFT, it sounds very rude to me. Very rude. You keep mentioning NFT, and I think you mean no effing good. No.
I was going to ask you actually, Ralph.
Yeah.
You know, because you've been a working artist for so long, for decades. What do you think sort of helped you carry on with this? Because sometimes people can give up, can't they? But you've been dedicated to it.
Well, I love Picasso and Dali and Duchamp. Those are really my three favourite artists of all time. And not that I was a copycat, but I liked that they influenced me a lot. I think they were just amazing, and still are. It's just amazing to see them.
Yeah, you mentioned George Gross as well.
George Gross, I mentioned Joe. That's right, and that was the other one.
Yeah, George Gross, and then Horvath. Oh, wait, how do I say his name?
Toulouse-Lautrec, I liked him too. Van Gogh.
You
know, there are some that I still like, and will look at if I see repros done of them somewhere.
Hogarth. That's right.
Hogarth. Yeah, Hogarth. Yes. Hogarth and Gilray.
Yes.
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 Who else is there?
Bacon.
Because you've got to bear in mind that I'm getting forgetful too.
It's all good. We all are.
Are we all? Oh dear. So the thing is, I might be doing my work all over again, thinking it's new.
That's right. You mentioned that you have so much work that when you look back at all the work you've done, you don't remember doing certain pieces.
Don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I always think your work's just like wildly fresh. I don't understand how you have it so like vivid and fresh.
Well, because I don't know where it's going.
Right.
That's the point. I have no idea where the hell it's going, and I sort of invent some things, as it were, by just taking it there, almost like a reflex action to a nervous condition that I may be suffering. Like, if I said, you're going down this stage, you know, I'm going down a funny pathway to somewhere. Who knows? I don't know anymore.
There was an article, it was paper Boing Boing, and they said they used the quote, a self-inflicted Rorschach test, and I thought that was very interesting. Yeah. I thought that was very interesting. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that assessment. And then NPR called you a pictorial assassin.
Nice.
Which I appreciated as well.
Yeah. I try each day to live my life according to the trials and strife I find around my ankles and my home. I travel far, I travel wide. I hid myself in the countryside, attempting to achieve some peace of mind. Well, I don't want to bid the world goodbye. I don't want to bug you with a sigh. I don't need to stress the God Almighty mess we're in. Simple themes that shape our lives, that drive our thoughts and thwart our tries, are coming from the same place all the time. So throw yourself in the deadly flow, ignoring everything you know, and you will find your doodah if you try. There we are.
That was beautiful. Applause. That was gorgeous.
Yes, there's a huge audience here.
Murmurations.
Well, so I mean, that's just it. These rooms, they take a minute. People are, they're getting ready for the day, and they come in these rooms. So, it's not about it's quality over quantity.
Wow.
In these spaces.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not about how many. It's about who's in the room.
Who's in the room? Yeah, I see. Yeah.
But it is nice. It is nice to be able to, have that you can actually have an audience without ever leaving your house, which is
That's good, yeah.
So pleasant.
No, without even having to get up.
Yeah, you don't have to get up. You just hang out and do whatever while you have this audience.
Yeah.
Hanging on your every word. It truly is a great piece of technology.
Yeah, that is pretty good, yeah. But I don't know where are we going now?
If I may hop in and ask a quick question, Mr. Steadman.
Yes.
I was wondering, because growing up as a kid in the 90s, I loved your Hunter S. Thompson pieces, but now as an adult, rediscovering your work, I'm really into the birds, and specifically the spoon-billed sandpiper is my favorite Ralph Steadman now. I absolutely love that piece. I'm going to buy a nice framed version of it somewhere online. I haven't decided where yet. But what's your favorite bird to draw or paint or illustrate or anything like that? And
favorite bird.
Yeah.
Would it, if I said the what's the bird over there? I even forget his name.
Needless smut.
Needless smut. Yes, I invented a bird called a needless smut. And that needless smut is still, it's the bird I like the best. It's its attitude, and I don't know where it came from. It just jumped into my mind when I was still thinking of them. I think the first couple of weeks of coming up with the.
Well, I think you were having a conversation with Kerry.
Yes.
And about what to put in the book, and one of you said, "Well, there shouldn't be any needless smut," and then you drew a needless smut.
I drew a needless smut. Yes, that's. So I think a needless smut's my favorite bird.
Mine too. Now I'm just looking at it for the first time, and
you found it?
Yeah. It's wild. Absolutely.
Yeah, that just came from nowhere. It's just one of those things that happened. There's a wonderful accident, a lucky accident, and I just like it. It's so daft,
And you love puns, don't you? You do love a good pun. You do love a good pun.
Oh, puns are lovely, aren't they? And you get something that does that and gives you some feedback, as it were.
Now I'm looking at it, and you're right. That's a good one. That is a really good one. It's like
it's a silly bird.
It is. It's a silly bird, but it's like a puffin and like owl legs when you move their feathers.
Yeah. Some people thought it was a real bird, I think. So I misled people.
It's believable though. I like the fact that the feet look like they're high heels. That's the bird's got nice legs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Needless smut has some great legs. It's your eyes. The eyes of your characters are always so expressive. They're always the focal point, and I've always appreciated that about your work. Is the drama.
So that's why when you play with things like eyes, you're trying to draw something with eyes and they look expressive. Try experimenting with splats, blots, and just see where they lead you to. and just invent pictorial matter just on the splat, because you don't know where it's going, and it's so wonderful when it goes somewhere, and you go, "Wow, I like that. That's got some meaning." And then you could do it as sort of several blots in one area that has different kinds of color, and that gives you inventiveness and something unexpected, and that is really something that is quite surprising and enigmatic sometimes. So if that helps anybody to just go splatting away. Yeah.
Just go splatting away. I love it. So in this room, there are a lot of artists in this room, new and old. And if you could give them any sort of advice, what would it be?
Don't steal. You can be influenced and copy things and invent your own. Just try to be silly. It's a very good attitude to adopt, silliness, and it gives you some kind of attitude that really expresses so much if you don't know where it's going, and then you'll be inventing things. I guarantee that will happen. And so you become just like you can be an army of people with the same attitude and all be doing different things in the same area even. And then you'll find surprise will take over and intrigue you.
I love that. Well said. Very well said.
I have a quick question for Mr. Steadman. And my question is, if you were to collaborate with anybody's artwork, that exists, either alive or dead, like which piece would you collaborate with and whose piece would it be?
Oh no, are they rugging? I hope they're not rugging. Oh no. Well, if they do, they can just come back. Are you guys? Have they been rugged? Oh no, you're there. Okay, good. Oh no. If you guys, if you lose connection, just leave the room and then you can come back, and I will put you right back up here as co-host. But sometimes it gets ruggy in here for some reason.
Yeah, that works best. If you just bounce out of the room and then come back in, then the mic should work.
The technology's there, but it's not perfect.
My question broke the internet, Kate. Oh no!
I know. How could you?
Not the first time.
You monster.
Yeah, no, but so spoiler alert, I have seen a preview of Kate's piece, and it's going to be really good. And I was able to see some previews of Artserge's work, and it was blowing my mind. Like when it was 75% done, when it was 90% done, I was like, wow. And then I couldn't see where he could actually add anything to it or make it better in any way. I'm like, it's perfect. Like, I'm like, mint this, right? And then that last 10% is where the magic really happened with Artserge's piece. So it was like, and I got to watch that happen in real time. He's just sending me edits on the back channel of Twitter, and I'm just like, for me to be just on the team for this project as an advisor, and just for me to kind of get a sneak preview into not just the contact sheets of Ralph Steadman, but also the work that everybody's doing on their pieces so far on their collabs. It's really like been a treat for me. I just I don't have an art background, so for me, just as an appreciator of art, like just, my mind is consistently blown in this space, and just with the combination of Ralph's work that already exists, and just seeing the way people are just collaborating with it, and it's becoming this bigger thing, but with still Ralph's artwork as the central point. It's unbelievable, and I get those chills like up my spine, like every day, and that's why I'm in this space. I just want to be wowed on a daily basis, and so far Steadman Verse has been doing that.
Ralph, I keep sending you an invite. I don't know if something is up with the connection or what, but I'm just gonna keep inviting you until you come up.
Hi, it's James here. I've got a subject, a question of subjects regarding to the writing on the wall. So when they're back, I'll try and frame it in something simple.
Let's see.
The writing on the wall. You scare me, James.
No, but that's the question always. Like, what is the writing on the wall?
What is the writing on the wall?
Because we're surrounded by different walls, you see. There's like, we're not looking at the same wall. So what is the writing on the wall?
I mean, if you're talking about like a Ralph Steadman wall, then what's probably on it is a bunch of wild black spots, like everywhere.
Yeah, I think he was probably, I don't know, I want to ask him if he was a well-behaved young schoolboy or less well-behaved, because I'm sure this sort of started from not being able to keep the drawing on the paper and maybe writing on the wall or on the school desk. So I'm trying to open up a can of worms about graffiti and writings on the wall.
And just to give a quick update, Ralph and Sadie and Serge are having some Wi-Fi problems.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
They should be back on when they get those resolved.
All right. That makes me feel better. I'm like, oh gosh, is it me?
So that's probably why they're just in the audience, and now Serge is on through his phone, which is nice. So that gives kind of a backup because he's in the same room, so that works.
Yay.
Hi, Serge.
Here, I'll even make you a co-host. Invite to co-host. La, la, la.
And Serge also usually has Wi-Fi connection problems. And then it probably has to do with, I'm guessing, where they're located. I'm pretty sure it's in the English countryside.
I can't. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that. We had some.
We can hear you. We can hear you loud and clear now, Serge.
Question clip, Dad?
Yeah. So, and welcome back, and it's just been great, and I just really gave a nice, just to kind of fill you in on what I just said.
There's a question there somewhere.
There's a question somewhere.
Somebody has a question.
And the question...
Still connected.
And it's still up their sleeve.
Yes, so let me pull this ace of a question out of my sleeve right now and present it to you, Mr. Steadman. And my question is, if you could collaborate with anybody...
Can you hear me?
In the history...
Yes, I can.
Hello.
Somebody has a question.
It's kind of more fun to sing songs about questions as opposed to asking questions, and maybe we can.
We're back.
Pick up an impromptu ukulele performance.
Land your plane clip down.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. Yeah. we can hear Ralph's mouth banjo going on.
Can you hear me?
You went deliverance with it. Why?
When I'm clean.
Yeah, it's just my mind always goes there, Kate. Don't ask questions, okay? It's better that way. Just don't ask questions.
Okay. Well, no, but you have to ask a question because you.
But I will ask a question. And my question is this: so, if you could work with any artist still with us or not still with us, who would that artist be, and specifically what piece would you choose to collaborate with?
Leonardo da Vinci.
Oh, solid.
Leonardo da Vinci.
It's a solid pick.
Yeah.
It's the Echo for me. Last Supper. I like it. Have you drawn a Last Supper?
Let's just say what I've also done. Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, I have also done The Last Picnic. And that's upstairs in the bathroom.
It's in the bathroom. I love that. Oh, that's fantastic. Like over the loo, or like to where you're looking at it the entire time?
It takes up half the shower room, bath, and toilet. And it's in that room.
I love that.
We can send you a picture of it.
I would love that. I would be very honored to have that photo.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Can we send it on a thing?
I'm not doing it now.
No. We do it in the next week.
I don't want to upset the phone because it's working at the minute.
Well, no, but I mean, somehow we can get the picture to them. Mm-hmm. Would you like that?
I would love that. That would absolutely make my year.
The Last Picnic. Good. Okay.
Could post it on the Twitter.
Yeah.
The official Twitter account, couldn't we?
It's on there. You've got it.
Yeah. Well, you can do. Yeah.
You know it.
No.
You don't. It's upstairs. You want to see it.
We'll give you a tour afterwards. We'll give you a tour of all the toilets in the house afterwards. You can see all the artwork that's in every toilet.
Yes, he's going to have a tour of the toilets.
A toilet.
The toilets. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I have my last big question is, what was it like to work with Anthony Bourdain?
That was wonderful, and it was so sad.
Yeah,
that was really sad. I mean, we had a lunch together down at the Checkers pub, as it's called, down the road.
That's right. Got the stout pie, right?
Yes, and well, it was just a shock when he went. I just didn't. There was something on his mind that just he couldn't talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a shame, such a shock and a horror that he did that. I don't know why.
It was
so sad. Sorry.
It is.
Kate sent me an interview with him today about you, Mr. Steadman, and what was amazing was that he was just like pretty much saying that there's only one artist that would do the cover of his book, and it was you. It was just he didn't want anybody else. It was just that was it. It was settled. It's like it's got to be Ralph Steadman.
God, I think I've done something on the.
You did his cookbook cover, and then you also did a memorial image on after he passed away. You did
that's right.
You did a very simple portrait. You were asked to do a portrait of him by his team after he passed away, and you did this rather lovely, kind of sympathetic, very simple portrait. And they said, "Oh, it's not wild enough."
Oh, blimey! Oh, well, forget it. It wasn't meant to be wild. It was more meant to be sad. I think a little compassion must have come into it. I think it's time.
That's such a beautiful.
I think it's time to start doing merciless portraits of people.
I agree. And who would be your portrait choice first? The merciless portraits.
Perhaps Donald Trump or someone like that.
Yeah, you said that you're only flattering in the portraits if they pay you. That's the only time you're flattering to them.
Yes,
Is if they pay you to be flat. Like, you will draw a flattering portrait as long as you are paid to do so.
Yes. No, I try and do the worst portrait.
That was unique.
I try and do a portrait of Donald Trump painted. Well, I don't want to say the word, but some unpleasant material.
Oh, go on and say it. We've all said it.
No, that's not. No. Lavender.
Like,
Dirty lavender.
Dirty lavender. Shit-colored lavender.
I would love to see you draw a portrait of Mitch McConnell. I think your Mitch McConnell would be epic. Yes.
Is he an American?
I think it would be epic. He is the eternal cock block of all the Democratic choices when it comes to Congress. Like all the things we try to pass, Mitch McConnell steps in and says, mm-mm. So
wow.
He is
he's a turtle-like creature.
He is. He's a turtle-like creature.
I love turtles. There's nothing wrong with a turtle. They're lovely. I think a turtle. I'd use a turtle for everyone from now on.
Ooh, Ron DeSantis would be a good one too. I bet you'd make a killer Ron DeSantis.
Roger Santos. No.
He is the next Trump running for.
Is he? Oh,
Yes.
He's like that, is he? Wow.
Yeah.
God.
But he's worse because he's smart. So he's intelligent. Makes him way worse.
I could go looking through the papers until I find the worst looking person I've ever seen in my life and turn that into either a fictional or a well-known character. That would be quite something.
Oh gosh, what's his name?
Yes, I'm going to do that now. I've got something to do for the rest of my life.
Well, feel free to peruse my my account. I literally trash them all day long, so feel free. Yes,
Right.
I follow all the worst ones and trash them daily, so feel free.
Right. Okay, feel free.
Steve Bannon would be a good one too. I think you'd probably do an epic Steve Bannon.
Who's that?
He was like Trump's advisor, wasn't he?
Was he a Trump's advisor?
He wasn't an advisor. He was he's a radio show host. Like another.
Oh God.
Someone else.
And he stole a bunch of money from Trump's supporters and bought a yacht.
Did she?
Oh yeah, he did. He took a lot of money from people.
A he or a she?
It's a he, Steve.
He. Oh
it's
yeah.
He.
Are there any more questions? Because we're gonna head for the hills shortly. So, there's any more questions?
I think Mobsolete had a question. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll keep it short then. But I was just curious, what time of the day do you find to be your most creative? In the morning, late at night, or just?
No, early in the afternoon. I think it's a good time, and be playing around from 2 until 4 is a good time. I think, and then everything goes dead. And then I go out begging. That's quite creative. Going out begging, pretending to be a tramp.
Now, okay, paint that picture for me. Are you being facetious? I want to say you're being facetious, but I'm not sure.
No, never facetious.
Ah.
I try to be serious. Life is a serious business. And if you can make fun of it, it's terrific.
If you take it too seriously, you'll never get out alive.
I'm usually always joking or being facetious is the word, I think.
You're not facetious.
I'm not facetious. Oh, right. I'm not facetious. Right. I'm trying to be facetious, and I can't be. It's hopeless.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for coming and chatting with us. Please, if anybody else has any questions,
I've got one last one. I was
Yes.
asking earlier about graffiti, as in like
What?
writing on the wall. Have you seen anything funny that you've seen on a wall, on a toilet or something?
Oh, graffiti, yes.
Oh no! Did they rock again?
The graffiti was. Excuse me. The graffiti was. Have you just farted? Of course I have. Do you think I always smell like this?
It's fantastic. And where was this beautiful script located?
It was on a bank wall down in Putney.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, so sorry. Just on subject, I read today that there's going to be some banknotes with Prince Charles's face on.
Yes.
Because drawing on the notes, maybe we should keep up all the notes with Queens on, and just to save them for future artworks.
That's true. In case we don't get any more good-looking monarchs. or ugly monarchs. We want. I'd be interested to get some really ugly monarchs, or ones with clowns' faces.
Just constantly, clown face.
Yeah, clown face.
You can
clown face
borrow
would
some
be really,
America's.
really good. And I think people that walk on their hands and knees on a banknote would be quite interesting as well.
I like it.
There we are.
I'm into it. How do we make this happen?
Well, you better start thinking about doing it. You know, you're the team now. You're the team now. You've got to
have like a little begging.
I can just make suggestions and be facetious, and you can reply by responding with an image.
Oh no! I never thought that this word would be the thing.
Well, sorry, have I upset you?
Not at all. No, not at all. You couldn't.
Oh, bless you.
No, you couldn't upset me. I've watched so many of your interviews at this point, and I just appreciate you so much and everything that you've done.
Oh, bless you.
Truly.
Lovely. Thank you.
I have almost all of your books, and
wow.
So okay, did you get to meet?
I didn't know I'd sold a book. Have I actually sold a book?
Oh, you've sold quite a few.
Yeah, right. I never saw any royalties.
Okay, did you get to meet Frank Zappa when you worked with him?
Frank Zappa.
You did. I think you did an album cover for him.
Oh yes. I might have met him and not unforgotten. Because that happens a lot now.
It happens. Yeah, I'm sure it happens. We all do so much. It's hard to keep them all together for sure. I completely understand.
Then I sort of lose a £5 note and don't know where it's gone. Or lend people £20 and not remember where it went.
Well, that happens to me anyway.
Yeah.
Just ask me where my keys are. I'll never be able to tell you. So there was one. There was another little tidbit that I've discovered about you, that you are superstitious.
No.
No.
Not at all.
Oh, you were commenting about Friday the 13th, and I was wondering if you were superstitious.
Yes, I would use that as and look terribly afraid, and then start to shiver. and think I'm having a fit.
Oh, I love that.
13. And then it start to shiver and shake, and that's how it goes.
Oh, that's fantastic. See, oh gosh, I'm going through all my notes here. So,
any final questions? Final question?
Yeah. Does anybody have a final question? I have all of mine answered, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that you guys made time for this. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It was lovely. It was nice it's nice to talk to somebody rather than nobody at all and think you're talking to somebody. Much nicer
agree.
when you're really talking to real people. Nice, jokey, clever people that like to chatting about things that a lot of people don't think are important.
And we're just so everyone aware, we're just preparing another little surprise drop of a Ralph Steadman pure NFT, one of the Steadman verse NFTs. So look out for that shortly. That's coming fairly shortly. Down the line.
Right.
Intrigue. I like it.
Right.
Any little hints?
It's probably the exact opposite of the last one we did.
Oh God.
So it's a black rabbit? I'm just kidding. Joking.
The black rabbit.
Interesting. Okay.
That would be good. Yeah.
But you'll see it shortly.
Yeah.
I'm just double checking all the things.
Love this.
And
I've got to try and think of something now that is really surprising.
Everything you do is surprising.
I haven't done anything really surprising in my whole life. Now is the time to do something. Now I've got to think of something completely ridiculous, totally lunatic.
Do you have a ritual that you go through before you do something epic like that? Like, is there what is your preparation for this, for your mind-blowing creations?
Sudden surprise. Either somebody surprising me, giving me a shock.
Okay. I like that.
The problem is I'm rather compassionate. And so if people do something really mean, it upsets me a lot.
Your justice sensitivity. You have a justice sensitivity. You want justice for the people that those people have wronged.
For all the people that are, there's so many kind people in the world, and they're not often noticed, if you know what I mean. They're ignored, or they're asked for, or they're made fun of for some reason. Perhaps the way they look or sound.
Kindness does not get the popularity that cruelty does.
No, it doesn't.
It does not attract the attention for some reason.
You're better off as an evil son of a bitch.
You will be famous, but you'll be hated.
On that note, I think we're going to sign off and get these little technical elements. We're going to sign off on that note.
And there's something technical going on with this machine.
It's fine at the minute.
What?
It's fine. It's working now.
Oh, it's working now.
I just didn't want to keep touching the mic thing because I didn't want to get it upset, so I just left the mic on.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for this chat, Artserge. Thank you so much for heading up there, and truly, thank you.
It was a good hour. Good hour. That was a good hour. That was.
Yes. No, it was amazing. Thank you so much. Truly.
Pleasure.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sadie.
Bless your heart. Bless you.